When you go to an audition, there are going to be several things that you're going to be graded on, and that's what I want to talk about today. The first thing that they grade you on is the acting. Are you a good actor? Do you, when you perform, become the character? Now, at most auditions, you only get a minute, and if it's a minute audition, maybe you only get 50 seconds because you give your name and your number, transition, and then you become the character. And they're looking, when you do that, is how complete, how far do you go to become that character? It's not the person who did the name and number. You are the character. And that's one of the things that they're going to judge you on. The second thing that they're going to judge you on are your communication skills. In other words, how well do you speak? Do you enunciate? Do you project? Could they hear you? Is it clear? Do you understand the subtext of what you're talking about? And do you make that clear? Communication skills. Next is movement. How well do you move? How well do you use your body? Are you making lots of gestures that have no meaning? Are you wandering around the stage as though you're nervous? Or are you standing still and making a stand, and you move only when it's necessary? But when you move, it's absolutely right for the character and for that moment in the scene that you're portraying. Movement is really, really important. A lot of actors get out there and they do what's called the Peepee Dance, which I'll demonstrate later. But it's when you shift from side to side and you look like you have to go to the bathroom. That takes focus away, again, what we've talked about before, from the eyes. Everything we do, we want to bring focus back to the eyes. You need some gestures, but make sure the gestures are motivated. Make sure they're right for the character. Movement. The last thing that they grade you on is the hardest, I think, to understand, and it's called stage presence. Uta Hagen, in her book on acting, called this the undefinable quality of an actor. And she did so because it's hard to define. But stage presence is, do you look comfortable on stage? Do you make this look like it's your home? That you're so well prepared that you're just totally relaxed as you go into your character. To understand stage presence, you have to look at people who have it. One of the people that always comes to mind to me was the actress Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe had great stage presence. Now, you might say, well, she was attractive. Well, yes, she was an attractive woman, but she was no more attractive than many of the other actresses of her day, who might have even been more attractive, but they didn't have her presence. But when Marilyn Monroe walked into a scene, all eyes are on her. And that's what stage presence is. You are the person that everyone remembers. You are the person that everyone wants to talk to. You are the person who takes focus. You don't try to take it, you just do. A lot of men and women have it. Now, my friend Pat Cronin has great stage presence. It's one reason he's had such a great career in film. Not only is he very talented, but you don't meet Pat Cronin and walk away not remembering Pat Cronin. You will remember him long after you've talked to him. And you can be sure that casting directors have done that over the year. There's something about him that makes you want to talk to him. There's something about him that makes you want to know him and to work with him. Now, part of stage presence is being very polite, and it's also about being very open, looking into people's eyes, talking to them, not at them, not mumbling, shaking hands. One of the things that I've heard casting directors talk about is you walk in, say, to a film audition, and they tell you, to go hit your mark. But before hitting your mark, you don't talk to the technicians who are trying to help you. Talk to them, shake their hands, get to know them. I mean, it doesn't mean start a long conversation, but show them that you care about them and the job that they do. This will help you be remembered. Same way for the stage. There's a casting director in Alabama, and her name is Marie Prater. And we'll talk more about Marie, and I talk about her in the book. But Marie does a lot of the casting in the Birmingham area, also in Atlanta. She cast industrial film, she cast regular movies, and some TV shows. And when I went to auditions, where Marie was running the auditions, I always met a lady, it was always the same lady, who was there handing out forms for you to fill out when you first check in. Or she would hand out your script that you were going to read. And I found out later that that lady was Marie's sister. And she was watching people when they came in, and if they treated her nicely, she would let Marie know it before you went back to audition. If someone was being a jerk, they were told that too. And I actually saw Marie shoot some auditions without the camera being turned on because of the way that people treated her sister when they first arrived at the audition. Remember, the audition begins when you arrive. And that ties into that stage presence. Are you a nice person? Do you look them directly in the eye? Do you shake their hand? Do you speak with confidence? That will get you remembered. And that's all we're going to talk about for today.